For more than 350 years, there's been this one book that's acted like an epic map for the journey of the soul. Today, we're diving into John Bunyan's The Pilgrim's Progress, an incredible story of trial, temptation, and ultimately triumph that has been shaping literature and faith for centuries.
I mean, that's really the question at the heart of this whole thing, isn't it? This isn't about packing a bag and going to some physical place. It's all about that journey we take on the inside, a pilgrimage from a place of total despair to hopefully a place of redemption.
All right, so every great journey really kicks off with some kind of crisis. And our story starts with a man who is so completely tormented by his life that he feels like he has to abandon everything and everyone he's ever known, all just to find some kind of relief.
Now, the story behind the story is just unbelievable. The author, John Bunyan, was a preacher, and he wrote this entire masterpiece from a prison cell because he was jailed for his beliefs. And from this really bleak place came an instant bestseller. For centuries, it was the most read book in English, right after the Bible. It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
So, we meet our hero, a guy who's just called Christian. And he's weighed down by this enormous, crushing burden on his back. This is the book's main thing. It's an allegory. That just means all the characters and objects stand for bigger ideas. And this burden? It's a super powerful symbol for that nagging feeling that something is just deeply wrong. A weight that, let's be honest, modern life puts on all of us sometimes.
This line just captures his desperation perfectly. His family, his home, all the stuff that used to bring him joy, it's all meaningless now because of this burden. He realizes he can't stay. He has to get free. And that one decision is what kicks off his whole pilgrimage to the celestial city.
But, of course, the path to redemption is never, ever easy. Almost right away, Christian's journey is blocked by some of the book's most famous and, frankly, treacherous obstacles.
So his first major test is this murky, miserable swamp called the Slough of Despond. And the worst part is, the very burden he's trying to get rid of actually makes him sink faster into the mud. It's this terrifying, lonely experience that almost ends his journey before it even really starts. So what exactly is this Slough of Despond? Well, Bunyan describes it as the place where all your fears, all your doubts, all your guilt just kind of settles and turns into mud. For us today, it's pretty simple. It's hitting absolute rock bottom, that moment of despair where you feel completely stuck.
And right here, stuck in the mud, we see the first real test of character. Christian's friend, whose name is Pliable, great name, right? He just gives up and goes home. And then another guy shows up, Mr. Worldly Wise Man, and he offers this tempting shortcut, an easy way out of the mess. It's that timeless temptation, isn't it? Take the easy way, not the right way.
So as he keeps going, Christian meets a whole cast of characters, and they're not just there to make small talk. Each one represents a totally different way of looking at the world, a moral choice or a temptation that he's got to figure out.
You can basically boil it down to two competing philosophies on this journey. You've got the true pilgrims, like Christian and his buddy Faithful. Their goal is the celestial city. They care about truth and sacrifice. And then you've got the opportunists, like a guy named Mr. Bunyan. His goal isn't salvation, it's just an easy life. For him, religion is only useful if it's popular and makes him look good.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Mr. Bunyan has zero interest in a faith that involves any kind of hardship. He'll only follow along when the path is easy and everyone's clapping for him. It's such a sharp critique of hypocrisy that honestly, it feels like it could have been written yesterday.
Okay, so all of these smaller tests and temptations, they're all building towards the story's big, dramatic centerpiece. It's a place that represents the ultimate test of worldly corruption, a place called Vanity Fair.
And here's the thing, you can't go around it. To get to the celestial city, every single pilgrim has to walk straight through the town of Vanity, which hosts this massive fair that runs all year long. And you can buy literally anything the world has to offer.
Just look at what's for sale here. It's pretty revealing. It starts with the stuff you'd expect, houses, land, titles, but then the list gets a lot darker. It goes from pleasures and lusts to buying and selling actual people. And then at the very end of the list, the ultimate thing for sale, souls. Vanity Fair is Bunyan's absolute takedown of a world obsessed with materialism, where everything and everyone has a price tag.
So it really makes you wonder, right? When you're in a place that celebrates and sells every single distraction you can imagine, what happens when you just refuse to buy anything?
What's the real cost of staying true to your own path?
Well, Christian and faithful find out that price immediately. Just by being different, the way they dress, the way they talk, and the fact that they won't buy a single thing, they cause a huge uproar. And for this crime of not fitting in, they get arrested, beaten, and put on trial. And the judge's name? Of course, it's Lord Hategood.
And listen to what they're actually charged with. It's not for stealing or for violence. No, they're accused of being disturbers of their trade. In this world, their quiet refusal to be consumers is seen as a direct attack on the economy. Their faith isn't just a personal choice anymore. It's a dangerous rebellion.
But Faithful's defense is so powerful because it's so simple. He just argues they haven't done anything aggressive. He's not just defending himself here, he's basically putting the entire value system of Vanity Fair on trial. He's showing how truth itself can look like a threat to a corrupt system.
So, that trial at Vanity Fair is a massive turning point, but the journey is nowhere near over. The path ahead is totally shaped by this experience, reinforcing all the lessons about loss and hope and the incredible strength it takes to finally reach the goal.
The pilgrimage is just a constant battle. After Vanity Fair, Christian faces maybe his most terrifying challenge yet. He gets captured by giant despair and locked away in the dungeon of Doubting Castle. It's this powerful reminder that the worst prisons aren't the ones with bars, but the ones we build for ourselves out of our own doubt and despair.
And that right there is why this book has stuck around for so long. It doesn't matter if you read it as a religious text or not. It's a powerful, universal map of the human condition. It's about anyone who's ever tried to live a life of purpose in a world that's just full of distractions, shortcuts, and temptations.
So I guess that leaves us with a final question to think about. What's your celestial city? What's the goal you're striving for? And what are the burdens or the vanity fairs that you face on your own path? It's a question Bunyan asked 350 years ago, and it's still pretty essential for any journey that's worth taking.